Senator Tuberville.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thanks for both of you being here and your service. General Van Herk, just follow up on Senator King's question. How would Maxar and Celdrone help you in the Arctic? Would it be, commercially, how would that help you?
Can you say that again?
Maxar and Celdrone, would it help you in the Arctic?
I'm not familiar with specifically. I'm familiar with the OneWeb efforts, Starlink, the satellite communications. Anything that gives me additional domain awareness, data and information sharing will absolutely help in the Arctic. It's very challenging above 65 North to communicate, to share data, to share information.
Thank you. And I don't want to pound on this balloon nonsense, but how would you assess your relationship with your Canadian counterparts through this entire scenario?
I think my relationship with our Canadian counterparts, by the way, I have a boss in Canada, General Wayne Eyre, is exceptional.
He runs NORAD, is that NORAD, right? I mean,
no, I run NORAD. He's the chief of the defense staff.
Okay.
In Canada. He is the CHOD. Okay? He's their senior military member.
So your relationship was good through this whole scenario?
Absolutely.
Yeah. If that same balloon took off today, same path, loaded the same way, now that we know what was on it, that we brought it down, should or would we shoot it down?
That's a policy decision. My job is to maintain options. I did that. I'm very comfortable that we had options from the moment we detected it until the moment we shot it down. Ultimately, should is a policy decision. That's not a military decision.
Okay, thank you. General Richard, thanks for being here today, and thanks for the hospitality last week, coming to SOUTHCOM. You got a great organization, people working for you. They're outstanding. We learned a lot. I would hope that, we have more people come down that way, would look at your new program that you're building, quarters for your personnel through Lend-Lease, which I think we should look at through the Air Force and through the Navy, because I think we need to privatize more things on bases to cut back on costs. But look forward to seeing how that turns out. Could you comment on that?
Well, thank you, Senator. That's for our family housing for our service members in Miami, and certainly a really tough housing market. And this will absolutely get after being able to counter all of those really high prices in a big city like Miami. And so we're very thankful that we're able to get that off the ground. And with the support of Congress, we've been able to do that. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks. And we're looking forward to see how that works out. And was very impressed with people after I go to Panama that were there, actually from my state of Alabama, Mobile. The Corps of Engineers are down there working, and we got a lot of good people. Just tell us how important, in your eyes, the Panama Canal is to us here in the United States, in your eyes, since you've been there.
Well, Senator, so the more than 70% of our global goods go through the Panama Canal for the United States. And so the importance to the global economy, though, it's not just about what the United States gets, but that's the give back through that canal being open at the exchange of goods across the world. I talked about trade before. Over $740 billion in trade. And so very, very important to the global economy for the Panama Canal.
And on top of that, recently, over the last few years, China has signed 30 contracts with the Panamanians, some of it to do with the canal. And Panamanians are now trying to get out of some of those contracts because the Chinese have breached some of those contracts, which we need, as the United States of America, protect Panama, because that's how important it is to all of us. But really good people down there. Could you talk a little bit about the two Iranian ships that are parked outside the Panama Canal and the process that we need to look at? Do they need to be able to use the Panama Canal?
And so in terms of the Iranian warships that transited into the SOUTHCOM region and since departed, but as part of their announcing their global voyage to go around the globe, and certainly some of the countries that were able to deny port calls and things like that, but very concerning because they were just in the region 2 years ago with with missiles and with launchers on those same two ships. And so very, very concerned that they're transiting again. We did not have the intelligence that they had this cargo on board this time, but still the fact that they came into the region again and doing a global voyage is concerning.
Thank you. Thank you for your service, General Van Herk. Thank you very much for what you've done for our country. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Tuberville.